hairline is actually the shape of Kelly's eyebrow. Her line of her brow would start here and here, and this is where her arch is, right there. And then at the end, it's just about going to the final point. And we just want to clean up the hairs around that line to emphasize the arch shape. The third component is the way the hair grows. But more so, what we need to do is understand what hair growth is. Unfortunately, when we go to do brows, we actually take off way too much. And when we tweeze that hair out of the skin, we have to allow anywhere between 8 to 14 weeks to allow that hair to grow. So if that is understood, then we know that we have to have patience to grow back that perfect brow.
Thank you, Carol Thompson. And you know, Brenda's sitting right there. We're gonna get some lessons, but you know what? Every time we do makeovers, every makeup artist says, take a look at your brows first.
Right.
And that's the most important. It does frame your face.
Oh, totally.
It does, it really does. So what are the steps that we need to take? What would you like us to know?
Okay, well, first of all, when we're dealing with, before we actually do find a shape for your eyebrows, we want to deal with two things. Number one is when we're doing our grow back and we want to grow back in areas where the brow is, we want to take a stimulator, which is actually a fast, rapid growth for hair. And we can take this product here, which is like a tamer. And this helps to stimulate the hair. And basically, we just apply it one stroke here, and one stroke here.
Now, you do that at night before you go to sleep, or you do it during the day, or
you
what?
can do both.
Okay.
But I recommend at night because that's when our hairs grow.
And is it going to really grow? Is it really, really going to do it?
You know what? The thing is that hair growth has a cycle anywhere between 8 to 14 weeks. And this actually helps to speed it up. And good vitamins, A, C, and E. Hair, skin, and nails.
Very good. So we have to, so it's not, if you have over-tweezed, don't worry, it's coming back. Hopefully. Because they used to say, if you do that, it's never coming back again. And you're going, oh, like this, right? And it was very scary. Okay, let's talk about what else you have here.
And this is a pomade, so you can go either or. And a lot of times when women grow back their hairs, it comes in coarse and somewhat wiry. And so we have like a pomade.
And what does that do?
And the pomade actually softens and conditions the brows. So I'm gonna just put this onto...
Oh, I didn't know that. You can do that at night while your husband is sleeping.
And just smooth them so they don't scare him in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. They get a little wiry. They do. And the pomade just smooths it down and just makes it less softer, like a hair conditioner, I would guess.
Totally. And you can get this at any drugstore across Canada.
Okay, all right, and we have here some utensils, and I wanted to talk about those, so walk us through these.
Okay, so first of all, here's the tweezers. If you're doing a maintenance in between visits, you want to use a slanted tweezer. You can see that the slanted tweezer actually has a slant on it, and it's easier to take out the brows with that. I find that when you're using brows that have more of a pointy edge, which is like this one
I never knew the difference between that and that. That one is if you want to pull. That is for... I thought those were for professionals. That's what I thought.
Well, actually, those help to, you know, for ingrowns, more of ingrowns trying to, but you're breaking the skin and it just, you know what, I would stay away from these and I would stick to these.
What do you do at home if there's an ingrown? What do you do?
I actually would just, you know, exfoliate the area with an exfoliator. And by the next day, I would do that at night, and by the next day it should come out.
Now, these are to trim?
Yes, actually what we would do, and trimming is a huge thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't do this at home alone.
No.
You can't. How could you do that?
Well, first of all, I love these scissors because they're straight edged and they don't have like, you know the ones with the ball on the end? I hate those because they don't really give you a nice shape, right?
So, I agree with that.
Okay, so what we do is we actually, when you go to cut your brows, a lot of times what we do is we end up cutting the brows straight edged. But what we want to do is we want to go towards the way the hair grows, okay? So we want to cut the way hair grows, and also too is that we want to make sure that we're cutting on an angle. The way that your hair grows, because if you cut it straight across, it ends up with a blunt.
You got good brows.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot. I don't know why we picked you. Because Brenda looks great. Looks great. Okay, so and then what do we have here?
Okay, so again, in between visits, you want to maintenance your brows by actually, you know, using color to shade in the places that you want to grow. So, for instance, when you know you're growing back, you sometimes have bald spots.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to use a pencil. okay? And we can use the pencil. And on Brenda here, I'm going to just use the pencil to actually, you know, just sort of get in.
And just little quick kind of feathery motions, correct?
Yes.
Like not this one long line.
Right.
That's for Halloween.
Yeah.
You're going to do both, right?
She is. Brenda's going, are you doing both? Because I can't walk out of here with one good run. Like, here at the Marilyn Denis Show, we finish the job. But we do.
Yeah.
See?
So you just want to fill in this area right here.
Yeah, right. It does make a difference. And it really frames it because I can see your eyes a little bit more because it's darkened. Yeah. Yep.
I can never get it looking like, nice. It always looks like I put lines there.
Yeah, so what do you do about that? That's a good question, Brenda. What do you do about that? When it looks like you do these little lines.
Well, what you want to do is you see, like, getting a brow brush with, like, actually a brush on it will actually blend in those areas. Or you can actually use your fingers because the oils from your fingers actually help to spread the makeup, so you can actually blend it in that way.
Okay, so I know you own a company, and people walk in and they get corrective surgery. Is what they do most of the time. So you want us to learn how not to have to come in to see you, although the business is good. You like that, but I'm telling you, brows are the major thing. So what should we have in our kit?
Okay, so what we should have in our kit is actually the brow powder.
Now I wanted to talk about that. I skipped this. When do you want us to use the powder?
Sorry, you know what? It's okay, Marilyn. You know why? The brow powder is actually great when you're filling in sparse areas.
Okay, so the pencil versus the powder?
Yeah, for the sparse areas. And it's also, it helps the brow to look a lot more natural.
So this is for when it's balding, and this is for when you're just trying to fill in to make it look a little thicker.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we go to the kit.
Okay.
All right.
So this is the pomade, which we talked about over here.
Right there, yeah.
Okay, we have it in a duo set here, just so that people can see. Okay. And also, too, we have the eyeshadow, not the eyeshadow, the brow shadow that you actually put onto the brows, which is right here. Okay. This is the tamer.
Every night you put that on?
Yes.
Every night?
Yes. Stimulate.
And stimulate, it takes about how many weeks again for it to come back?
8 to 14, depending on, drink enough water and your hair growth.
Take your vitamins. And then this is?
This is an angle brush, and that's what you would use to help to put on the shadow.
Okay, that's the angle brush.
Yes.
See what an angle it is. Okay, right there. That's a good close-up. All right.
Yes.
And then beyond that?
And then we have the pencil. We have the spoolie brush, which is actually really great for cutting the brows and helping you to see how your brow is.
Is this the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's a really great one, and you utilize that with the scissors.
Here I thought that was for my mascara. Now I have a completely different way of doing, because when I got clumps on my mascara, that's what I use.
And this really will help to remove the clumps.
And then, of course, the angled tweezers. Wow. I bet you have a lot of business. I bet you people come in all the time, huh?
All the time.
I know.
I mean, I was really blessed, actually.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have brow dilemmas.
They do have brow dilemmas. We thought we have problems in other places. This is brow dilemmas. Listen, we've got some good news. Everyone in our audience is getting a gift certificate so they can get their eyebrows done at the Brow House. There you go. Thank you to you, Kira. Thank you so much. Great information. You want some more? Absolutely. Marilyn.ca. Brenda, you look fabulous. We'll be right back. We're going to cook with a slow cooker. The Perfect Port with Christine Cushing. We'll be right back. Thank you. That's good. You did a great job.
Friday, Harry Connick Jr. is in our studios live.
Smaller, then you want to buy a smaller one. Price is always, you know, indicative. People want to get, you know, the Rolls Royce and pay the price of a.
What do you think is the best one? Just between you and me.
I can't even tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you the last time I
like
used
Breville.
a slow. They are great. Breville is a great product.
They're expensive, but they never break
Yeah.
down. For anything.
Any appliances,
Any
they're
appliance.
great appliances.
Hey, please welcome Christine Cushing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn.
Nice to see you again. Now, what are we doing? Some slow cooking today.
You feel like you really want a nice slow braised apple cider pork shoulder.
I heard you were doing this. I can't. Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, it's perfect for this time of year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about slow cooking because
Okay.
I think that's a big thing.
It's comfort food too, isn't it?
It's comfort food.
Yeah,
Look
honey.
at that little baby. Is
Look
that
at that.
beautiful
That
or
is
what?
beautiful. Can you
So
see
this is a shoulder, and I
Okay.
just want to pull this out to show you what I did first.
Okay.
Scored the meat a little bit. The shoulder is that tender cut when you slow cook it.
Okay.
So it has a lot of connective tissue, has a little bit of fat. It's perfect for this kind of cooking. I'm here using a Dutch oven, which is a beautiful, I love this beautiful little pot, but it's also perfect for a slow cooker.
Okay, okay.
So right now, a little bit of garlic, scored it just to render the fat a bit, and then we're gonna add some onions.
So that wasn't in for very long.
No, this is just to get it golden. This probably takes about 5 minutes.
Okay, good.
Now, boneless is gonna take less time, a little bit less flavor, but I think it's a great way to go. And you can do this with beef. You can ask for a chuck roast. So anything that you would make stew with, you can do this with.
Okay, and it really tenderizes the way we're going to cook it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So people don't know braising versus slow cooking. Just because it's slow cooked, it could be roasted. When it's dry, you say it's roasted. Braising, add a little bit of liquid.
Braising is adding a little
bit of liquid.
Did we learn something today?
Did we learn something?
Yeah,
so
good.
not boiling, but just a little bit of
Braising.
liquid. So
we had
in
a
there,
little
those are the
liquid in there
onions.
because we did that, and we got the onions in there.
Yeah,
okay.
we got the onions in
Okay.
there. That's the first thing.
But the thing is,
Yes.
what did you put in there to braise that?
To sear
brown
it.
it,
So
to-
it's a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Some garlic, salt, and pepper. That's
Okay.
all that went in there so
Okay.
far. So we got flavor of the meat, put the onions in.
Gotcha.
Now we hit you with the spice.
Okay.
All right. So you feel like going to Morocco?
I'd love to.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, I figured you would. So we got a few great little spices. This is a very Canadiana combination, but I'm hitting it with a bit of North African spice.
Okay.
Coriander, beautiful, little bit grassy.
Yeah.
Some,
Show this,
please, yeah, do
That's
that,
right there.
like that. Coriander.
Yeah.
We have some allspice, which is my favorite. That's a bit of a tropical flavor.
Right.
Cumin, very nutty. And cinnamon is a good spice that's used a lot in Morocco, and it's going to go really well with this.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a little grinding of our own spices, Marilyn. I know you're gonna love that.
Nice morning pestle.
Do you love this? This
I
is
like
an
it.
olive wood. And people say, I don't have time to grind my own spices, but check it out.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is,
Okay.
right? You had like 30
I love that.
seconds,
I love
right?
it. No, but I like the look of it. You
And
would
smell.
Yeah, you want to keep it on your counter. It's so pretty. Isn't
I know,
it?
it's
Very
really,
nice.
really nice.
Okay.
And then you can just put a little olive oil on that and keep it nice and shiny
Okay.
and great.
All right.
All right, so going there, I
Smells
wanna
good
make sure
already.
my temperature is right, so
All right.
keep it at the right temperature here. So that's gonna create flavor. What we're doing here is layering flavor. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw in cinnamon stick.
Aha.
And then, a little bit of heat. So I want you guys to tell me, too, which chili do you think is hotter, the red or the green?
The green, because it's not quite ready yet.
You know what? They're both the same.
Oh.
Sorry, Marilyn. I know you were really
She knows
excited.
how competitive I am.
I'm sorry.
Because it's not quite ready yet.
I'm
No,
sorry.
Marilyn, don't even try.
So
okay.
a little Thai chili. We're gonna go in with the red.
Okay.
And the story I have to tell about this chili, be very careful when you're slicing chilies, because the very first job I had, a guy went to the bathroom. He came back in a lot of agony after.
Because he
Just
didn't
saying.
wash his hands.
Didn't wash his hands properly.
I'm just saying.
Okay, we're gonna throw in a little bit of fresh ginger.
Okay.
Martin Yan, who is a big Chinese cook, does so much stuff, says you don't even have to peel the ginger if
Oh,
it's nice
that's
and
great.
fresh. Saves a little bit of time.
Pretty fast.
Really, really fast.
Yeah.
Then gonna go in with combination of apple cider and white wine and chicken stock.
Okay.
That's gonna deglaze, picking up all those great flavors.
Yeah.
And, you know, we need a little bit of vino.
Yes.
This happens to be vermouth. Another little tip. If you don't have white wine in the house, dry vermouth is great because you can... There it is. Good. Perfect.
Don't say
Martinis? We'll save this for us later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So use vermouth. That's
you can
good.
use vermouth because
Okay.
it keeps in your pantry.
Oh,
you don't have to
great.
worry about opening a small amount.
Right, okay.
Now the pork is saying, "What's up with me? Can I go back?"
And is the heat still like on low heat or what?
Now we just want to bring it up to a boil.
Okay.
Last thing we're going to do is add some apples because we talked about this being apple and cider braising. Throw those in. If you want your apples to keep a bit more texture, keep them out until 3/4 of the way through. If you're doing this in a slow cooker, you can add everything at the beginning. It'll be slightly different texture.
Yeah.
But you know, just saving you that little bit of time.
So you call this is what we're doing here, is slow cooking.
This is slow cooking, which happens to be braising.
Okay.
When you add a little bit of liquid. If you fill it up to the top, boiling. If you cook this dry in the oven, roasting.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry, I don't want to like braising,
No,
boiling,
no.
roasting. What?
I thought we were going to see a crock pot or something here today.
Crock
Isn't
pot.
that-
it's
yeah,
a
that's what I
crock.
thought.
A little
Yeah,
bit of
okay.
salt.
Yeah.
And a little bit of pepper. Okay, Greek bit of salt.
Wow, that's
I
comfort food,
apologize
isn't
in
it?
advance. That's a Greek,
Yeah, it's good.
Greek salt person. Okay, so now I can either do this on the stovetop,
okay.
finish it in the oven if I'd like. And remember, this is what I call passive cooking. You don't have to babysit it. You put it on and you just go about your business.
Now let's talk about how long. So that came to
It came to a boil,
Then we simmer
simmer.
it?
It'll be about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Low heat.
Do we have to attend to it at all or stir
You
anything?
can stir it a little bit. You can
Okay.
see how that looks, but have a smell there, Marilyn. See how beautiful, gorgeous that is.
It's beautiful.
What's it saying to you?
It's saying hi. It's saying, I'll tell you, cabin, snowing, good-looking man, glass of wine, and some pork shoulder.
Wow, see? Is that all it took? Oh, wow. This is awesome. So great. Okay, so now we're gonna plate it up.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna, because we have to see how this
Yeah, we
looks.
got a minute and 30, which
Okay,
I
a
hate
minute.
doing to you, but you,
Oh,
you don't
I
even
can
care.
do it. Coriander, if you want to keep it fresh, wrap it in a nice little paper towel.
Sure.
Keep the stems on. Okay?
Letting everybody
chop,
know
chop, chop, chop,
everything's on Maryland.ca, this recipe from
Fresh
Christine.
coriander going in.
Okay. Oh,
I
I
make
can
a mess
smell.
even when I'm not in a hurry,
This
guys.
is very
I just wanna
Moroccan of
tell
you to
that.
do this, isn't it?
It is very
It smells
Moroccan
like I
of
really
me.
smell it, right?
Okay, so now last minute, we're just gonna slice this sucker up.
Okay.
Where are my tongs? Here they are.
Okay.
And just to show you how succulent that looks.
Right.
Look at that.
It's falling
off,
apart.
falling
Oh,
apart.
okay.
Mama, look at that. Beautiful.
Now you're
Come
leaving-
on, everybody,
Look
gather
at this.
around. Look at this.
And how do I know it's ready?
Look
It's
at
a little
it.
pinky.
It's tender. No, it's pink. It's all cooked. This has been cooked forever,
So
like
the pink
3
is
hours.
okay. That's okay,
Pink
'cause
is
it's done.
okay. It's
Okay.
all tender. It's all been cooked. I'm gonna do this. Give it a little bit of fresh chopped coriander.
And what are you serving with it, my dear?
Look at these, some beautiful little sweet patates just on
Oh,
top. And who doesn't
fantastic.
want a little bit of the juice and the apples? Check it out. This is gonna sell it
Okay.
right here.
This is gonna sell the whole thing. Isn't that beautiful?
Smell-o-vision.
Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
There it is,
oh,
baby.
that's beautiful. Christine Gooding, you're the best.
Thank you so much,
This is so
Marilyn.
good. I love you.
Thank
You know that? And I
Thank
just
you.
feel like I have lunch. So goodbye, everybody. Have a really great day. Thanks for watching this show. Everything's on Maryland.ca. Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Smell this. It smells really good. Doesn't that smell good?